There is a ton of reaction to what's happening online this week. This debate over free speech, what's valid, what's not, and who ultimately decides. Twitter says it will not suspend Alex Jones or his website Infowars, as many other tech companies have done this week. Twitter CEO Jack Dorsey defending that decision with Sean Hannity on radio yesterday afternoon.
We do not shadow ban according to political ideology or viewpoint or content, period. We rely on a bunch of signals. We'll certainly miss things. And we're certainly going to make mistakes along the way.
Well, Fox News media analyst Howard Kurtz hosts a Media Buzz. He's got you got a story for this, on this rather, for years to come. I mean, how we sort through it, how we figure it out, how we justify what is appropriate and what is not. What do you think?
Well, first of all, it takes a bit of courage for Jack Dorsey, the CEO of Twitter, to come out and say he's not going to ban Alex Jones when you have these other tech giants, Facebook, Apple, Google, and others kicking him off on the grounds of what they call hate speech or spreading conspiracy theories. And Dorsey is getting absolutely hammered on Twitter over his decision. Now, he says he's just following the service's rules, but what legions of critics are saying this morning, Bill, is what good are your rules if they don't exclude somebody who spreads false conspiracy theories, such as that the Sandy Hook school massacre in Connecticut never happened?
Okay, so he fired off a number of tweets explaining his decision yesterday. I'll read some of them and get you to react. Here's one. Accounts like Jones's can often sensationalize issues and spread unsubstantiated rumors. So it's critical journalists document, validate, and refute such information directly so people can form their own opinions. This is what serves the public conversation best. That seems to be an argument over free speech.
Yeah, that we can fight free speech with more free speech, but it really has gotten under the skin of journalists who are saying to Jack Dorsey and Twitter, it's not our job to clean up your platform, which has over the years developed into such an ugly cesspool at times, as though Twitter also has a lot of good things. I'm on it all the time. And so essentially with that tweet, Jack Dorsey is sidestepping, to a large degree, his responsibility to police the content, saying, well, we'll put almost all of it out there except maybe death threats or something, and other people can fight it. And so he's kind of passing the baton to journalists to go after people
so
like Alex Jones.
Here's your job and the job of others is to figure out what the policy is and how it affects people, whether it's justified or not. Dorsey defends it this way. Here's another tweet. Truth is, we've been terrible explaining our decisions in the past. We're fixing that. We're going to hold Jones to the same standard we hold to every account, not taking one-off actions to make us feel good in the short term and adding fuel to new conspiracy theories. He's obviously given this thought. But I come back to the same point time and again. How do you define this? What is hate speech to you? What is it to someone else? What is freedom of speech to one person? What is it to someone else? Where does this definition take us?
And that, Bill, is the nub of the problem.
Shaping up for a long time. Go ahead.
Yeah, absolutely. Because, look, it's a private company. They can ban or not ban anybody they want. It's not a First Amendment issue. It is a free speech issue. And the problem is that Twitter, and Facebook has a similar issues, has been inconsistent in how it applies this. It does seem that there have been more retaliation and shadow banning despite his denial against conservatives. So there's a lot of concern there. It can be a slippery slope. But you have to draw a line somewhere. Otherwise, you're just saying, hey, we're like the phone company. People can say whatever they want. But the problem is this turns off your customers. Some journalists and others have been leaving Twitter because they're tired of the relentlessly toxic atmosphere. So the business model is everybody says what they want, but there is then the sort of moral debate over, don't you have some responsibility
here? That's a great point. You can really go in the gutter on some of these websites. There are a lot of trolling out there. Maybe you let the public decide whether or not they want to use your site or go somewhere else.
Ultimately, the marketplace will decide. By the way, this has been good for Alex Jones in this sense. The Infowars app, Jones's app, is trending #1 on Google Play. It's #3 overall on Apple. The publicity is helping him.
Well, Howie, more to come. I know you know that. Howard Kurtz in Washington. Thank you, sir.
Good to see you, Bill.